Yeah, so I'm Deepak Jariwala and I'm a vibration and shock technologist from ERI USA, and I'm currently working for Spectral Dynamics Incorporated, the world's best vibration company. And I've spent many years, learned a lot with Spectral Dynamics, and I'm a graduate from IIT Roorkee, alumni, 1990 batch. We represent Spectral Dynamics Incorporated, which is a US-based company located in the Silicon Valley. And this company exists since 1961. And we are into vibration and shock testing. Rather, we are solution providers. And we cater to automotive, obviously, that's why we are here. Aerospace, defense, military, engineering colleges. Wherever vibration is an issue, wherever items break because of vibration, because of resonance, we have a solution for that. So we provide solutions for high frequency ranges, which brings in the electrodynamic shakers, and also for low frequency applications where we use servo hydraulic actuators. Our strength is in our control systems to provide good control accuracy, and we have been world leaders in terms of control systems. Another great strength is MIMO systems. MIMO is multi-shaker control, where we can control up to 16 shakers with one controller. And we control the phase, the coherence, and the magnitude of all those shakers using a single controller. As far as automotive is concerned, as we know, automotive electronics, other parts, they go through vibrations. Indian roads, though we keep on talking, somebody from Madhya Pradesh said that roads in Madhya Pradesh are better than that of Washington DC. We can go and check it, but at least not in Pune. We were just traveling today. So those parts have to be reliable, and that's why vibration testing is a must, where we simulate those conditions in the lab on a mechanical table. We break those items and then we improve the items, during the prototype stage. We could call this as TAF, test, analyze and fix. So that's what could be done with the shakers now. What I have here is a small shaker. And will you start it? Yeah. So that's a small shaker. This is a permanent magnet shaker, and as you see, it's a Spectral Dynamics product. And this is an amplifier. It's an audio amplifier. We use it basically for demo purposes. And this is the control system. We've got a number of control systems: the Lynx, the Puma, and the Jaguar. And that's what you see on the screen, which is actually a sine test. So you have from 10 hertz right till 2000 hertz, a sweeping sine signal occurs. And you get various vibration levels depending upon what you program. So my y-axis is the level of vibration, and the x-axis is the frequency. There are many other things, test level and test time, so all those things.
So if you're testing the test time, then we also can take the durability of the products.
Absolutely, exactly. So that's where we talk about fatigue.
Yeah, fatigue
talk about reliability. So reliability testing is, in itself a field in its own. Now you will see that this we've just started the test, and this particular shaker, this armature, has started vibrating. So this is at 10 hertz right now.
Yeah.
I locked it for 10 hertz.
You've locked it at 10 hertz. So it's vibrating at 10 hertz.
10 hertz.
And what you see here is an accelerometer that senses the acceleration, the G level, and it feeds it back to the controller.
So this is for the single axis, I think.
This is a single axis. We would call this as the Z axis.
Okay.
Right. And what we need actually in the real world is X, Y, and Z.
Z, exactly.
Right. So that's where these things come in. You need to step inside. This is the Z-axis again, but this is a large shaker.
Yeah.
This is an 1100 kgf shaker. The one you saw on the table was a 10 kgf shaker. That's the difference. So again, this is the Z-axis. For the X-axis, you rotate the shaker by 90 degrees
Okay.
and you connect it to what we call as a slip table. This slip table is a magnesium alloy table and it floats on an oil film. So you get the X-axis.
So we need to balance that shaker.
Well, these are all done so well that when you rotate it,
Okay.
you have to take care of the bolts which go in a free way.
So there is a fixture about it.
This is what we call as a mechanical adapter. Bar.
So this can be built according to the use, according to the different customers.
Well, for a certain slip table, this is the design is frozen.
Okay.
So for every slip table,
We can adapt it.
yeah. So it comes along with the slip
So
table.
usually for the automotive use, what kind of applications, what kind of components do we see testing this? Regular components?
Well, you see here, this is a dashboard speedometer, and you have steering wheels.
So this,
You have
so there is no bar for the kind of material we are
Nothing. You can vibrate entire
using. Motorcycle.
motorcycle.
So here we can see that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
these are servo hydraulic actuators, a low frequency application, right? Now here, what you see in this picture is a scanner used in the stores like Walmart, Safeway. Oh, and they're also coming now in India now. People have started using. So these 80% of these scanners are made by this company, Data Logic. So this is a rubber mounting used in the military in Turkey.
Okay.
We just shown one because it was the installation stage. So when you have this x-axis, when you turn the item by 90 degrees, you get the next axis, that is the y-axis.
Y-axis. We can test for both the axes.
Right.
Okay.
So Z, X and Y.
Okay.
But in real life, you don't get X, Y, Z one after the other. You get it simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
That's
the
where-
pitch roll, everything
Yeah.
happens at the same
That's where maybe you can take a snap of this one. That's where XYZ triaxial shaker system
Yeah.
is required. So here you get XYZ at the same time.
If you are simulating this, then we need to have the road data, actual data
Exactly.
for.
Road data and
So you are expecting this from the other end of the company, or you are providing the data for that?
no, because supposing it's a company making trucks
Yeah.
or a company making tractors,
Yeah.
both data are going to be different.
Exactly.
So they will provide. Plus there are certain standards. So companies mostly follow standards.
Yeah.
There are some who are more innovative. They would like to, see their road data.
Road data. Yeah.
But normally companies have their standards. They follow the standards.
So what kind of standards actually we are looking here at?
Well, there are, in automotive there is JSS Penta 5.
Okay.
There are many other standards they have
For vibration testing.
for vibration testing.
This is just the vibration testing we are doing, and this is the automotive applications which
Yeah.
you do.
This right now we are catering to automotive,
Yeah.
vibration and shock testing.
Shock testing.
So we have sine, random, shock,
Okay.
sine on random, random on random, road simulation.
Road
All these
simulation.
come into broad arena of vibration and shock testing.
And you also tell the manufacturers to improve their data. You give that analysis report to them with the conclusions to them.
Like for example, if you see this background,
Yeah.
this is a plot which is generated. So
Yeah.
these plots help them to analyze what's happening.
Exactly.
This is also a plot. If you see, this is a nice resonance curve which is coming.
Yeah.
You just put it in the background.
Yeah. So anything special about the servo-based one you said?
So this is the advantage or disadvantage, if you say. The advantage is the high displacement in the low frequency range, but you cannot go to very high frequencies.
Oh.
Here, the advantage is you can go to high frequencies as much as 2000 hertz.
For testing a vehicle, I think we need not go to that such high frequencies.
Well,
for
for automotive, normally we count it as 500 hertz.
500 hertz.
But then there are some applications which are within 10 hertz.
So the resonance of the component is also the resonance frequency. You also work for that?
Yes, we can. That's why, like you see this is a Lynx controller.
Yeah.
This has got 4 channels. I cannot show the channel. They're on the front.
Okay.
Let's come here if you. These are 4 channels.
Yeah, we can see now.
Yeah. So if I mount my accelerometer on this table.
Okay, so it can adapt to that 4 channels. Okay.
Yeah. And I can put my measurement sensor on this.
Yeah.
and then I can get the resonance of this item.
So up to what Gs can this?
Well, normally these shakers can operate to 100 Gs
100 Gs.
without any
Okay.
item on it.
Okay.
But as you put the item,
Yeah.
then F equal to ma comes into play. Newton's second law of motion.
Yeah.
So your force is constant.
Yeah.
It's like a refrigerator. You buy once, and then when your mass increases, your acceleration decreases. So you have to play between A and M. And also you have to keep a certain safety factor like 20%.
So there is a vast possibilities, I would say, for working with this shaker.
Yeah. I mean, these have been existing since more than 50 years. Still, technology keeps on improving.